Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Camcast with your host, me. It's great to see each and every one of you again, all of my returning viewers, and even my newer viewers. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we typically talk about a lot of topics, mainly involving, I guess it calls it gent talk. So it's a lot of gentlemen's talk, gentlemen discussions, usually about whether it's sports, politics, or even fashion, grooming, style, as well as it was another one grooming, style, and something else. But when it gets back to me, relationship building and building relationships and things of that nature, pretty much how to get through the day, things like that. Even sometimes we might even talk about work related incidents and things like that that might kind of, I guess, bridge the gap, give you an opportunity to understand how other things can work, maybe even outside of places of your own jobs and maybe at someone else's job. So, a place of comfort, if you will. So, yeah, but thank you all again, once again, for tuning in today. Today is promised to be a promising day with a great episode that we have planned for y'all, some great topics. And of course, we're not going to try to keep y'all too long, kind of get to the point, elaborate on it a little bit, and then send you on to basically continue to live that great journey we all call life. So, our first segment, of course, with most of my returning viewers and audience that they're used to and that they usually know about, is going to be the segment on our style, how we're coming today. So, of course, at this time, it is actually getting a little cooler, getting some cool weather, getting a little bit away from the warm weather. So with that being said, I decided to go ahead and I wouldn't even really say step it up, but just kind of cover it up a little bit. You'll catch that on your way home. But yeah, so today we are gonna deal with, and also let me know if y'all kind of like this view too. I kind of dibble and dabble in a kind of different types of settings or whatever. Also, as you can see, I have one of my little bookshelves here today. It's just one of them. Gave y'all a good little scenery. Kind of let you know we're not just all about. We're about business, but we're also about entertainment, and things like that. And of course, to kind of level it out, got a little bit of studying going on. Of course, not on the show, but yeah, so we have that. But yeah, as I was saying, today I have on my brown Mockstrap Oxfords, my blue, dark blue, navy blue dress socks, my brown trousers, my navy blue double-breasted suit jacket, plain white shirt, burgundy bow tie, and my gold pocket square that actually matches the pattern. I don't know if you can tell or not, but actually matches the pattern on my blazer, as well as that is about it. Oh, and I have on some suspenders. So yeah, you can definitely definitely heed that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of double-breasted suits. This actually, I just learned myself, it's actually a 4x2 jacket or 4x2 double-breasted suit. I think that there are three different kinds. I think you have the 6x2, the 4x2, and the 2x4. So, yep. So, stay on the lookout for those. And also, before we do jump into our other topics, I also want to introduce this to you. So, of course, as I mentioned, it is, of course, getting closer to the the cold weather season. Today, I also have a little gift for you, or a treat for you, rather. For some reason, whenever I do meet someone who would probably be into, I guess, gent fashion or this type of men's fashion, if you will. The peacoat always, and of course, I'm a fan of the peacoats. It's one of my favorite coats. So yeah, I try to wear it whenever I can. But for some reason, I guess I strike them as a peacoat guy because that is probably one of the main things, and they emphasize it whenever they tell me about it. That they wear the peacoats and do this and do that. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I wear peacoats myself. I'm a big peacoat person. So there you are. For any of y'all who might have heard of a peacoat, you don't really know what it looks like, don't really know what it fits like. The only thing, I'm not the biggest fan of wearing the peacoats with the bows because the fabric, when it touches it, has a tendency to mess it up a little bit. And of course, you can fix it whenever, right, you're facing like a mirror or whatnot. But as far as just going about, you never know when it's tilted or something from the fabric. But that's probably about the only thing that I have. I wouldn't even say against it, but that's about the only. And it actually looks even better with it. But yeah, so if you want to, go ahead and pick you up one. They have many colors, many styles. Yeah, I did say that. Many colors, many styles. And so go ahead and grab you one. They are perfect for the cold weather season. I'm going to go ahead and throw this back there where it was. And you can also get like a, I guess, coat rack to go ahead and place those on to keep them nice and neat. You can also put them on a hanger and hang them up, but that just looks a bit more, I guess, gentleman-like, if you will, or gent-like. So, kind of sounds a little synonymous to jet lag, almost, but don't worry about that too much. Anyway, so now that we've kind of gone through basically our, I guess, fashion sense on gents fashion, let's move on. So on this show, one thing that we definitely try not to do is run away or hide or basically cover up from certain kinds of topics. I'm sure that with my returning viewers, they kind of get a hint of that based off a few other videos that even my newer viewers can also check out if you'd like to, some of my past videos. So, of course, recently we have had a few changes in our political department, or politics, whatever you want to call it. So, from time to time, yeah, we do kind of get into a conversation over that. I do not really share my opinions about it, other than just kind of like the general overview. But however, I have constantly heard and been involved in lots of conversations about what's taking place, what they think is going to happen, this, that, and the third. And I understand it all the terrors, everything, all the fears that can come with having new leadership. And personally, with what I actually do, we've also gone under new leadership. So it's kind of a double whammy, if you will. But one thing that I have learned in the past, and especially by being new to leadership myself and leadership roles, is sometimes you have to kind of give the benefit of the doubt. You have to, I guess, give it a chance. Don't necessarily write it out so quickly, as we also call it a form of law of attraction. You can look that up if you want to. So, but from my personal interpretation of law of attraction is, in simple terms, it's more of if you perceive that something's going to take place and you've rewired your entire attitude and perspective towards how you approach each and every day and how you carry yourself to that attitude, most likely the worst things that you predict that will take place as a result of the changes, you're asking them to come to you. So try not to have the worst attitudes about it. There could be some good out of it. I'm honestly still trying to hold on for just 1 second. Well, I can continue to speak. Heck, you can even get a close up that way. But in my personal case, I'm still honestly trying to get a general understanding as to what it kind of means going forward. What type of effect it will have overall on everyone, and we won't really have those answers until everything, all the paperwork is done and everything sorts itself out. But yeah, we have an interesting term coming ahead of us. However, I think we should probably give him a chance. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but I am going to be in support of the fact that he is there now. So I'm not making this to tell you all to be supportive. That's not what I'm doing. I'm basically just saying that at the end of the day, let's continue to put one foot in front of the other, especially when we wake up and we go about our daily lives. And you may even be surprised in areas of your life where you might actually even be rewarded. I've already seen it myself. So, and I'm not talking about personally, I'm talking about from other people who have told me about it, who were, some of them who were the most, I wouldn't say personally affected by it, but mentally and emotionally, they were the most affected by it. And I can tell you right now, after it happened, the next week or so of mine, they weren't all that great. They could have been worse, of course, but they weren't all that great. So yeah, I had every reason to kind of think, ugh, here we go. But at least if I'm willing to kind of look on the brighter side of things, so can you all. So let's try to give that a shot. But anyway, on top of that, so yeah, I've been doing kind of a lot of research on a lot of things. As you can see, I'm actually currently reading a book right now. It's it's supposed to be more of like a motivation type of sense of a book of knowledge, where it provides you a lot of people in history, that is, who just did great things. They might have basically beat the odds or been above the status quo. When I say above the status quo, I don't mean as so of better than others. What I mean by that is more of just the odds were against them. However, maybe it was a direction in which they were, that a selection or a path that was already created for them to take, and they chose to not take that path, or to take that path but put their own spin on it, and nothing but greater things happened for them. So keep that in mind too. And yeah, so I'm currently reading that book. I would say I'm probably in the middle of it. I'll give you a better description of it whenever I am finished with it, however. And then of course I'm probably going to have some other ones coming up too that I'll be more than happy to discuss with you all. But yeah, sometimes whenever you're reading can sound like something that is it takes a lot of concentration. It takes a lot, you have to sit down, open the book, and actually concentrate on what it's about. But as you get older, what you'll understand and what you begin to see is that whenever you do read, it's almost like having a conversation with somebody. So even with the author, someone who probably has better answers than people that you may normally conversate with on a daily basis. So most conversations I happen to observe where people have problems that they might be talking about, and they might be looking for a certain form of feedback or a certain level of motivation to continue to move forward. And you can kind of tell by their responses, or maybe how they perceive after the conversation, that they may not be the happiest with it, with their, I guess, feedback that they received, different things like that. So with this, it's kind of the answers and the proper motivation, and it hits right on top of it, basically. So I would still encourage reading. Comics are actually pretty good for you too, honestly. So you can check those out as well. And of course, there was another thing. Also, so there are actually some items that, other than I believe the t-shirt that I wore in previous videos, if you would like, it may be up for purchase soon. You can let me know if you want to get those. However, soon, probably on my next few episodes, I will probably also have another item here that happens to be, well, you'll see the item. It's basically a notebook that has some great designs to it, and you can also make purchases on here if you would like, as well as other pages and or other platforms that I have, and I'll also leave the descriptions in these videos for you to be able to choose whichever ones that you want. They have some great designs. Each one is tailored to its individual theme, and yeah, they're just great. So I'll give you all the information, even the information of the artists themselves, and please go and support. So I do thank you all again for being here today. Remember, it is cold weather season. For those of y'all, even people who are in colder states where the weather is probably could be almost 0 degrees or at least below 10 degrees, please bundle up. A lot of people are starting to come down, with all types of things. And it's normal, weather changes, especially with the rain. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself. And also keep in mind, working out, whether it's running or spending an extensive amount of time in the gym, can definitely help. Can sweat out some stuff, get your organs working properly, things like that. I've been in there quite a lot myself, so it does definitely kind of keep you on that straight and narrow. So I'm not really going to be the biggest proponent of like medicine. It can help you, but at the same time, you kind of have to make a deal with your body as well. So yeah, but anyway, thank you all once again for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed today's segment. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the setting. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and to all my newer visitors, please comment, like, and subscribe. And of course, remember, in addition to being on YouTube, we are also over on Apple Podcasts. So please go ahead and check us out over there. All the descriptions should be down below. And once again, I'm your host, Cam, and we hope to see you again next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. And please, please, please have a great day. Thank you.